Right around the time he died, my father said to me, he said, "Jackie, you can't outrun your fate, but you sure as hell gotta try." I didn't really know what he meant back then. See, there was something inside me, something terrible, waiting to get out. And when it did, it made me watch the only thing I ever cared about. Get her brains blown out right in front of me. Then it gave me the power to make things right. The kind of stuff you only see in your worst nightmares. The killing only made it stronger, harder to control. Eventually, I found a way to bury it. The first time you use the darkness, it scares you. But once you've tasted it, you can't stop. That's all you think about. Like I said, it consumes you. Every second of every day for the last 2 fucking years, I kept myself in check. Gritted my teeth and kept it buried. Oh, now it's back. And I can feel what it's doing to me. Wanna know something funny? When I was a kid, the dark used to scare the shit right out of me. I always felt like there was something out there, in the shadows, just waiting. And Sarah always said I was a smart kid. She tried to tell me, "Jackie, either you control your fears or they'll control you." And I tried to control them, believe me. I tried. But every night, there I was, hiding under the sheets, trying to convince myself that whatever was out there wasn't real. Thank God I outgrew that shit, huh? Once the darkness gets a hold of you, you start to lose control. You start to wonder what the fuck you're doing. Time slips away from you. And then, all of a sudden, it's like you're sitting in a theater, watching a movie of your own life. And you're up there on the big screen, big as life. You're a fucking movie star, and you're killing all the bad guys, tearing them limb from limb. And you feel good, you look good. Fuck, you are good. And then you realize something. Everyone else in the theater, they're screaming. 'Cause they're watching a horror movie. And you're not the hero. You're the monster. I remember this one time, when it was summer, hot as balls. Jenny and me were on the stoop with a couple of cones there trying to cool off. And here comes this fucking kid. You know the type. Asshole all the way. He shoves me over and takes a seat between the two of us. Jenny takes one look at him, dumped her cone right in his lap. That's when he pushed her. So I did what I had to do. I curbed the little fuck. Figured a few months eating through a straw would teach him how to talk to a lady. Jenny didn't talk to me for a week. There was this priest that used to come around the orphanage, Father Alonzo. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, that it ain't that kind of story. Anyway, he must have been about 1,000 years old or something, real fire and brimstone type of guy. Used to tell us kids that hell wasn't some bullshit story they made up to keep us in line. It was fucking real. A fucked up place, where all the deadbeats, hookers, dealers, and junkies all ended up. And if we weren't careful, that's exactly where we were gonna go. Fuck. If only it were that easy. See, as long as the bloodline continues, the darkness will always have a new host. Found that out my 5th birthday. Woke up in the middle of the night with my dad, just sitting on my bed, hovering over me, butcher knife in his hand. Still not really sure if the crazy fuck was thinking of putting me out of my misery, or making sure no one else would take his place. When I was 18, running numbers for my cocksucking Uncle Paulie, I used to kill time at Rocco's, real shithole of a bar. But the waitress, biggest tits you ever seen. I'm pissed drunk this one time, and I hear someone call my name. Next thing I know, 5 goons are stomping my head in. Fucking assholes put me in the hospital for a week. 2 people sat with me the whole time. Jenny and my Aunt Sarah. My last day there, when I'm finally healed up, Aunt Sarah leans in, slips me a piece of paper. It's got the names and addresses of the assholes who put me in there. One look and I got the lesson. I wasn't gonna make the same mistake those fuckers did. First time you kill a man, you come to a crossroads. You learn something about yourself. You don't learn what you're capable of or how bad a person you are or any of that bullshit. You learn you can sleep at night after, or you learn you can't. You're either haunted, or you're not. I was 16 years old the first time I killed a man. And I slept like a baby every night since. When we was kids, Jenny and I were broke. But she always found a way to have a good time. One time for my birthday, she snuck us into a roller rink. Some kid was having a party and it was so big, they didn't notice a little girl helping herself to some cake and some presents. All for me. Best birthday I ever had. She snuck us into movie theaters, con our way into bars, whatever. And whenever we got busted, she was just as good at getting us out as she was getting us in. She could con her way out of anything. But I should have known. Luck like that can't last forever. First time I ever got busted, they stuck me in a place like this. Not the cops. Those bleeding hearts let me off with a warning. But those pricks at the orphanage, different story. They sent me straight to the box. 24 hours, locked away, in the fucking basement. You ain't ever seen darkness that black. Something like that's too much for a kid. Might have even broke me, if it hadn't been for her. About once an hour, Jenny would find a way to sneak down there and whisper through the door, "Don't worry, Jackie, I'm right here." But that was a long time ago. Jenny's not waiting outside the door. And I ain't afraid of the dark. The Brotherhood thinks they can trap me in here, but they have no idea who they're fucking with. I am the fucking dark, and I bring the darkness with...